Hi everyone, in this lecture we will see how to take input and how to print our output, and then we will write some program related to input and output. If we want to take input from user, we use scanf function. Okay, and in this scanf we will use inverted comma. Okay, we will write here whatever we want to take input, we will write inside the inverted comma. Okay, so for example we are taking input an integer. Okay, so we will write here %d. Okay, and then we will address the variable in which variable this value we want to store. Okay, for example we want to store this value in variable a. Okay, so this is our syntax for scanf function. Okay, if we want to take input here a float value, so we will write %f, a character value, so we will write %c, a double value we will write %lf. Okay, this is for integer, for float, for character and for double value. Okay, so in C language, if you want to print something in screen, we use printf function. Okay, and everything that we want to print, we will write inside the inverted comma. Okay, we will write inside the inverted comma. So if you want to print the value of a variable, we will for example the variable is integer type, so we will write %d and then specified that this is the value and this is the name of variable that we want to print. Okay, we'll write here the name of the variable so that the compiler can understand that we want to print in screen the value of this variable. So this is the syntax for printing in C language. Okay, so we have discussed input, taking input and getting output in C language. And now we will practice with some program so that we can use scanf and printf in our program. Okay, now first we will write a program for print sum of two numbers. First we used to write our header file. So firstly we add a header file, then we will start our main function. Okay, so we will write this bracket here. Okay, this is our opening bracket of main function. So we need to find out how many variables we will need in this program. So we will need two variables for storing two numbers that we are going to take from the users. Okay, so two variable a comma b we will use to take a input from users, and another variable we will use for storing the sum of a and b. Okay, so we take three input. Okay, sorry, we take three variables in this program. Okay, so we want to take the value of a and b from users, so we will use scanf. First we will write printf for telling users that they have to input two numbers, so we will write enter two numbers. Okay, then we will use scanf %d because we want to store the value of two variables, so we use 2%d. Both are integers, so we use 2%d, and then we will address these variables. First is a and second is b. Okay, so this function will store some value in a and b. Okay, from the users. Okay, now we have to store the sum of these variables in our sum variables, so a plus b. Okay, now we will print sum of given number is percentile d, because it is also an integer type of a value. Okay, and then we will specify that this d, this percentile d is the value of sum. Okay, return 0, and then we will close our main function. We have to return 0 because we have taken here int main. Okay, if we have taken here void main, we will not need to return anything. Okay, so this is our program for printing the sum of two numbers. Okay. Now we will write a program for printing the area of a square. Okay, the same process. We will include our header file, then start our main function. Okay, now I want to use here void. Okay, so we use void main and then start the main function. So we will use two variables here, one for taking a side of a square from user, and the second is storing the area of that square. Okay, so first is we are taking the side of a square as a, int a, and area. Okay, so we will print, f enter the side of square. Okay, then we will store it, the side of square, we will store it in variable a. Okay, now we will find our area. Okay, so area is a square, the area of square is side square. Okay, so side is a, so we will write a square. A square means a into a. Okay, now we will print area of square is percentile d. Percentile d because it is also an integer type of data, so we will specify there that percentile d is our area, so it will print area here. Okay, now we will stop our void main function. So this is a program for printing the area of a square. Okay, in screen first it will show this, that enter the side of square. Okay, in screen it will show enter the side of square, and then you have to enter a number. Okay, so for example you have entered 7. Okay, so it will come here, compiler will come here and store 7 in a, and then area equals to a into a means 7 into 7, so it will be 49. The area will become 49. Okay, then printf area of square is percentile d means then it will print area of square is percentile d means 49, so area of square is 49. A program that will give us number of years, month, week and days. Okay, print years, months, weeks and days from given number of days. Okay, so the same process will include our header file first, then start our main function void main. We'll take 4 variables, all will be integers. First will be years, months, weeks and days. then pf means printf. Okay, pf means printf. Enter the number of days. Okay, sf means scanf. The number of days will be stored in days variables. Okay, now you have to find number of years. Okay, how many years can be built from these days, from the given days. Okay, for example, user give you a number of days as 370. Okay, so now you have to print how many year can be built from these days, and how many month, and then how many week, and then how many days. Okay, so for years we will divide it from 365, because the number of days in 1 year is equal to 365. Okay, so if we want to know how many years can be built from these number of days, we will divide this number by 365 to find out how many years can be built. Okay, how many years can be built from this given number. So we will divide number of days by 365. Okay, it will give us the number of years. Okay, then we want to find out the number of months. Okay, so for example, the given number is 370. Okay, now for if we will divide 365, if we will divide by 365, it will give us 1, and then remainder will be 5. Okay, we have built 1 year from given number of days, so remainder is 5. Okay, 1 year I have taken for number of years, so 365 number of days are used to build a year. Now we have to find out how many months can be built from the remaining number. Okay, for finding the remainder, we use mod function. Okay, mod operator, sorry. So it will give us the remainder of, if we divide days by 365, it will give us the remainder. Okay, and then we will divide it by 30, because the number of days in 1 month is equals to 30, so it will give us the number of months. Okay, now I'm going to write here. Okay, so now we have find out the number of months. Okay, now we have to find out the number of weeks. So weeks equal to days, the remainder of 365, and then the remainder of 30 that we are going from month. Okay, it will be divided from 7. Okay, it will be divided from 7 to find the number of weeks. Okay, now we have to find how many number of days remaining after building a years, after finding out years, months and weeks. Okay, so we just have to divide 365 and then 30 and then by 7. Okay, so the remaining number from here, it will be days. Now we can print percentile d, percentile d, percentile d, and percentile d. Okay, now the first is years, second is months, and third is weeks, fourth is days. Okay, so it will print one by one in sequence. First it will print number of years, the number of months, the number of weeks, and the last number of days. Okay, so this is the number, so this is the program for finding how many years, months, weeks and days are in the given days. Okay, in the given number of days. Okay, so this is all for today. We will discuss loops in our next lecture. Okay, thank you.